Do you want to start winning every single fight in rank just like this?
Oh my god! Oh my god.
If so, then you clicked on the right video, because I am already one of the top ranked players in NA this season, and I've been a top ranked player in NA for over 10 seasons now. And today I'm going to be showing you 10 different ways to dominate every single fight in ranked. All of the tips and tricks I'm going to be covering in this video are designed to make you a better fighter in the shortest amount of time possible. But before I get into the first part of this video, if you guys haven't already, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to support me even more, the best way to do so is by using code Farley in the Fortnite item shop. But now onto the video. Now first things first, if you want to dominate every single fight in ranked, you're gonna need to learn how to full box and piece control your opponents in ranked. So super quickly, I'm gonna show you an example of how I W key and full box my opponents in ranked. Alright, so an example on ending fights fast is right here. As you can see, I am on this building, there's another player up in front of me, I see him, I'm going to ramp up towards him, and he's going to do the same, and he's going to try and take height off me. When this happens, I'm going to do a very simple piece control move. All I'm going to do is jump out to my side, and then I'm going to hold out cones and then a wall. So from this point, I can easily edit on the player because it's my wall, and I can pump him and crack him. Now from this point in the fight right here, the player's blocked me off with a wall, right? But above this player, there's no control, so I need to piece this area. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to edit the cone above me, and then I'm going to hold out a cone and a floor in that area, set up a double edit, and I'm going to double edit down, but as soon as I double edit, I'm also going to place a ramp, and this is going to allow me to have full control of his box when I drop in. And from this point, all I have to do is double edit down, and I'm going to get an easy pump shot off and then pick up a super free elimination. So if you want to win fights consistently in rank just like this, look to cone your opponent off just like this, and then maybe piece them from above and throw a ramp in their face like this. Moving on now, I'm going to be talking about the most consistent way that you can win build fights in ranked, and that is by learning how to fight from a box away. Fighting from a box away is the best way to do damage to your opponents while not taking damage at the same time. Alright, so an example on how to fight and piece control from a box away is right here. As you can see, there is a player up in front of me, and he's going to jump up and he's going to box up. So very quickly, I'm going to sprint over the player, drop onto his back wall, and then I'm going to place a cone. When I notice he's standing on the wall and he's about to make an edit on me and try and pump me. So instead, I'm going to fight from a box away. To do this, I'm going to flip up the cone in front of me, edit the wall to my left, and after I edit to my left, I'm then going to create another box next to me. And as I create this space, all I have to do now is reset the cone I was standing on, and this is going to set me up perfectly for a right hand peek to take this player's wall. So all I'm going to do from this point is grab this player's wall from a box away, make a wide edit, and then place a cone in his box, so now he's stuck. And from this point, all I have to do against this player is basically just pump him and spray him from a box away, and I'm going to be able to pick up a free elimination. And you'll notice by the end of this fight, I took 0 damage. So when you're fighting in ranked, make sure to learn to fight from a box away so you never take damage and you can take your opponent's walls super easily. Now another thing you need to understand, if you want to dominate every single fight in ranked, you have to learn how to predict your opponent's movements. Predictions are going to be the best way to full box your opponent. So in this fight right here, as you can see, I am on the top of the middle mountain and there is a player up in front of me. I'm going to spray him and I'm going to get some opening damage on this player. Now as soon as I get this opening damage, I'm then going to ramp towards this player and I'm going to drop onto his roof. But when I do this, the other player tries to quickly mantle up and pump me. So what I'm going to do is very simple. I'm going to put a wall in between me and him to block him, and then I'm going to make a window edit on this player while full boxing him. But as I full box this player, notice how I then fully swing to the left while I'm making the edit. The reason swinging to my left is super important is because, as you can see from the other player's POV right here, as I full box this player, as you can see, I'm still fully protected behind that wall on a right hand peek. And this is obviously going to give me a easy pump shot on the player after he whiffs, and I'm going to be able to pump him in the head and crack him. Now after I crack this player, I'm obviously going to drop onto his wall and I'm going to apply pressure. But as I apply pressure to this player, if we pause the fight right here, I notice that the back wall is open. And that means more than likely this player is going to try and back up into this space and create another box. So super quickly, I'm going to jump, sprint up over the player and set up a double edit down while 180ing and full boxing this area. This means that by the time the other player tries to go and create space in that direction, I'm going to have him full box and I'm going to be able to pump him and pick up a super free elimination. So if you want to win fights consistently in ranked, make sure you stay behind protective peaks and look at the opponent your direction is going into so you can pre-piece them just like this, giving you free kills in ranked. Moving on now, I'm going to be talking about a very important part of this video, and that is by learning how to bait your opponents to peek. This is going to be the best way to counter your opponent when they try and create 10 boxes and don't want to fight you. Alright, so an example on this is in this fight right here. As you can see, I am fighting a player, I'm up on height, and this player is going to drop on the low ground and is going to create a 2x1 of space and box up. When I realize this player is playing super defensive, I'm going to bait this other player to peek by fake pickaxe swinging and then pulling out my pump. This is going to bait the player to making a peanut butter edit on me trying to pump me. And this is going to give me an easy chance on the player to pump him and then crack him. Now as soon as I pumped this player right here, I was on this wall and I looked at him and I noticed there's no ramp in his box or no cone in his box. So if I slide a ramp right here, I could trap him. So all I'm going to do is edit the wall in front of me and then hold out a ramp. This is then going to throw a ramp in my opponent's face and it's going to block him and trap him in this corner. After I throw the ramp in, I realize this player has the wall in front of me, so I'm going to spray it, steal it, and then I'm going to easily be able to have full control of his box, edit on him, swing on him, and pump him and pick up a super free elimination on this super defensive player. So if you want to win fights consistently in ranked against players that try and create multiple boxes of space, try and look to throw a ramp in so you can have full control of their box, giving you free kills. Moving on now, I'm going to be talking about the next part of this video, which is all about making protected peeks. Protected peeks are going to be the best way and probably the easiest way to end fights quickly in ranked. Alright, so an example on this in a fight is right here. As you can see, there is a player up in front of me near the dash water. I'm going to dash towards him, and then we're both going to build up and start ramping towards each other. But since I have the dash water, I'm going to be able to quickly dash to the side and get a quick pump shot off and crack him. Now as soon as I pump and crack this player, I try and build up and take height on him, but he's going to drop on the low ground and he's going to try and create space in hard mats. So I'm going to grab the cone above him, edit it like this, and then put a wall in between me and him, and this is going to allow me to have a right hand peek. From this point, when I'm on this right hand peek now, I'm going to use this wall to bait the opponent to peek. So what I'm going to do is fake pickaxe swing to my left, and then edit a window on the wall. This means that by the time the other player tries to confirm the edit and edit on me, I'm already going to be swung to the left on a different peek, and he's not going to realize this, and I'm going to easily be able to pump him in the face and quickly crack him. Now from this point, this player's super weak and I don't want to give him any time to med, so I'm instantly going to spray in, jump in, and I'm going to be able to pump this player in the face and pick up a super quick elimination. So if you're ever on your opponent's wall and you want to take it safely or bait them to edit, try doing this trick and you might be able to pick up some free kills in ranked. Now, if you do want to level up your fighting skills and become a better fighter in general, you need to learn how to W key and push your opponents and be aggressive when fighting in general. So quickly, I'm going to show you an example of how I win fights while not taking damage at the same time. As you can see right here, I'm running around in the town square in the center of the map, and as I do this, I see a player up in front of me, and super quickly, I was able to get the jump on this player and hit him for 50 damage. Now as soon as I try to drop onto this player's wall and apply pressure, he runs away from me, he gets up on high ground, and then he's going to box up. So I'm obviously going to push up to this player's wall and I'm going to try and swing on it. And as I swing on my opponent's wall right here, he flips up his cone and it looks like he's trying to leave the box. So what I'm going to do is super simple. I'm going to spray out the opponent's cone, replace it with my own, and then place a wall. But when I do this, I'm going to make a window edit on the player. But when I do, notice how I'm fully going to swing to the left before I even confirm the edit. This is super important because when you see the other player's POV, when I confirm the edit, you'll notice he literally hasn't had a chance to see me at all and I'm fully protected behind that wall right there. And since I'm on a right hand peek, I'm going to have the peeker's advantage, which means I'm going to be able to shoot before he can see me, and this is going to allow me to pump him in the face, max him, and then pick up a super free elimination. But the reason I was able to end this fight super quickly and not take any damage at the same time is because I incorporated my movement and I made a good peek so that I didn't take damage when I edited. So make sure when you're fighting ranked, you do this to win more fights. Now another thing you need to understand about making good peeks in ranked is you have to start incorporating your movement into your peeks so you don't take damage when you make your edits. Alright, so in this fight right here, as you can see, I am dashing in the dash water and I see a player up in front of me. When I see this player up in front of me, I'm going to dash to the side and get some opening damage on this player. Now as soon as I do this, the player is going to try to box up and pop his meds. When I see the player box up, I'm going to dash over to his wall and I'm going to start spraying it. And as I take my opponent's wall and I edit on this player, notice how I'm going to shoot his cone, and as I replace it with my own, I'm then going to swing to the left. This is super important because from the other player's POV, as you can see when I replace his build with my own, you can see right here I'm fully protected behind that wall, and if he wanted to shoot me, he couldn't. From this point on, I'm easily going to be able to pump the player, spray him, and then crack him. Now, as soon as I do pump and crack this player, he's going to run away from me and box up on height. But as soon as this player boxes up, I look into his box and I notice that there's no cone in his box. So instead of going up to his wall, what I'm going to do is look up in the direction of his box and hold out a cone. And what this is going to do is throw a cone in the player's box. And since I have control now of his cone, I can easily break the floor below him, drop him down, and pump him and pick up a free elimination. So if you want to start winning fights in ranked when your opponent boxes up, look into their box, and if they don't have a cone, you can pick free kills just like this. Moving on now, I'm going to be talking about another great way that you can dominate fights in ranked, and that is by learning how to pre-piece your opponent's boxes. So in this fight right here, as you can see, I am in a build fight with another player. Eventually I get on the side of him, place a cone above him, and I edit on him and I pump this player. As soon as I get this opening damage on this player, he's going to run away from me and he's going to box up. Now when I push up to this player, the first thing I'm going to do is look into his box, and I'm going to notice, is there a cone or a ramp in his box? If there isn't, instead of taking his wall, I'm going to hold out a ramp. What this is going to do is throw a ramp in my opponent's face, and it's going to force him to leave this box. And as soon as I do throw this ramp in this box right here, I notice through the wall that this back wall right here is open. And that means when the player gets this ramp thrown in, he's going to move into the space behind him. So since I know where he's going to go, I'm going to sprint jump up and over and then hold out a double edit in that area. So by the time he gets there, I can double edit on him, pump him, and then crack him and get him super weak. From this point, I basically had the player 1 HP, so I was easily able to just drop on him, steal his wall, and then pick up a free elimination. So if you want to win fights super easily in ranked, learn how to pre-piece so you can piece control your opponents before they even get there, allowing you to pick up free kills in ranked just like this. Now, one of the best tips in this video that's going to help you become a better overall fighter is by noticing patterns in fights in ranked. So for example, when you see your opponent and you notice their back wall is open, you pre-piece that area because you know they're going into that direction and you can pick up a free kill. Or when you notice there's no cone above your opponent, you can double it down and grab control of that area and pick up a free elimination as well. Or if you see there's no ramp in your opponent's box, when you're on their wall, you could slide a ramp in and full piece them and pick up a super free elimination. Anything like this could be considered a pattern in a fight, so notice these patterns and use them to your advantage to win fights in ranked. And finally, before I end this video, don't focus on just one thing in this video. You need to learn how to combine all of these tips and tricks I've covered in this video into one full battle royale match. This is going to mean you're going to become a better overall player, making you improve way faster. But that is the end of this video, so if you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll be live later today, and YouTube says you'll probably enjoy 2 of the videos on screen, so go check them out. But with that, I'm out. Peace.